Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle back here with another video. And today what I want to do is make a list of the top 10 units that I don't have and wish I had in order, and kind of letting you guys know what my most wanted units in the game are right now. There are only 14 units that I don't have, so I'll give you the 4 that I don't have that didn't make the list. The first being Basque, who is a limited unit. I just want to check her off the list. The second being Sage Ball, who I had on the baby account and I don't really have a use for on this account. The third being Fighter Maya, because I have her on the baby account and I'm building Kick Rat on the main, so I don't really have a use for her here. And finally, everybody's favorite, Dark Corvus. I have him on the baby account. I use him relatively often, but he's kind of boring to use and he's just definitely not my favorite. He's usually not the most optimal choice either, so he can get the job done, but I just don't need him on the main. So moving to the top 10 units that I want that I don't currently have. Coming in at number 10 is Desert Jewel Bazaar. So I'm still not sure how he's going to be. Like, we want to wait and see kind of how he performs. But for the most part, he seems pretty underwhelming. I'm not even summoning my Mystics on his rotation. His animations are cool, and it's a cool concept, and I'm sure he'll get a buff in the future, but for now, I just don't have a use for him, and even if I summoned him, I probably wouldn't use him, so he comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Specimen Says, who's getting a buff, and that scares the crap out of me because I think he's really, really strong, and I think he's strong already. I use him on my baby account all the time. He's got a great AoE, and his skill 3 hits for mind-blowing ignore defense damage. We were joking around on stream that they could just switch his skill 2 and his skill 3 to troll the community and call it a buff, because that's really all he needs. But because that would change his AI, obviously. But his buff is going to make him probably one of the best units in the game, and I'm kind of worried he's going to be like OP broken, like Arbiter Vildred was, but we'll have to see what happens. Either way, I have him on the baby account, and he's all skilled up and geared, so I really don't need him on the main. So he comes in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 on the list is Lulu, and I actually don't have her on either account, and I really like her kit. She's really good, but I have a lot of water mages that defense break, or water units that defense break, I guess. Not water mages, but I have a lot of water units that defense break, and I just don't really have a use for her. I wouldn't use her in PvP, and I'm done all the PvE stuff, at least for now. So I don't really have a use for her at this point. That doesn't mean she's not good. I would love her on my baby account. She'd be fantastic on my baby account, but for my main, I just have no use for her, unfortunately. That being said, she comes in at number 8 because she's a fun unit. I really like her character, and I'm sure I would make use of her in some way if I had her. And of course, I don't already have her, so it would be nice to check her off the list. Coming in at number 7 is another water unit and another limited unit in DN. So I was not playing the game when DN was going on, when her thing was going on. So I was not able to summon for her. I started right after, and I would love it if they would find a way for her to return. I know they've talked about returning limited banners in the past, and there was rumors of potentially a Luna banner coming during Halloween. What I would really love is if they had it so that all the limited units were posted and every player could individually pick their banner. And once you started on a banner, that was it. You just picked one banner, and that's the only one you were allowed to summon on for that rotation. I think that would be a really cool idea, because then anyone that missed a certain limited unit would be able to summon on that banner. But as somebody pointed out in stream, it's quite possible that they're not allowed to do that, since the collab was 3 of the limited units, and that would kind of interfere with their collab agreement. So they probably wouldn't be able to do that. It would probably only be either DN or Luna, and then it kind of ruins the fun of the whole idea. But anyway, coming in at number 7 is DN. At number 6 on the list, back over to the light units, is Watcher Shuri. Anything with ignore defense is nice. I know they just nerfed Corvus, but he's a currently still a bit of an issue to some people, and this is a great counter. He can just come in and nuke whoever he wants. He is sort of one-dimensional, but that being said, what he does very well, and he's a light unit, which in a way makes him difficult to use because there's a lot of dark units out there that would just focus him. But on the other hand, it makes him really strong because he's element neutral. So he comes in at number 6 on the list. At number 5, still at light, is going to be Maid Khloe. And I adore Maid Khloe. I love this girl. I have her on my baby count as well. And she's fantastic. And truth be told, I would love her on my main if I didn't have her on the baby count. She would slot right into my arena defense. She's actually one of the units that I have the most trouble with in arena. Just because if she resists, she's a pain to deal with, and she doesn't always die because a lot of people are running her on Water's Origin. So yeah, Maid Khloe is a bit of a pest, and I adore the hell out of her, but because I have her on the baby count, she kind of falls down this list a little bit. That being said, if I got her, I'd still be hyped, and I would build her right away. So she comes in at number 5. At number 4 on the list is FatCat. So the final 4-star at number 3 on the list. No, yeah, number 4 on the list. My bad. The final 4-star on the list comes in at number 4, and it's FatCat. I have him on the baby account, but he would just make a nice difference here. He just makes everything very easy whenever you use him. Teams that you're not 100% sure about, you can kind of bring him in and you're going to win. He's also got that defense break and the CC, which is really nice. Pairs very well with a lot of other bruisers, so he kind of fits my playstyle, and I would love to add him to my account. And of course, evasion is so incredibly broken in this game that he would be nice to be able to be paired with my Violet or some other evasion comp, and go from there. Number 3 on the list is, where is he? Robbie. So Robbie comes in at number 3 on the list. I have her on my baby count, and this is the one exception I made, is I put her at number 3 because she's so strong. She's definitely one of the strongest units in the game right now, and I know people are still calling for her buff, and it blows me away, and it's got to be people who haven't skilled her up. She hits for crazy damage for a tank. It's kind of mind-blowing that she can be like 25k HP and still hit harder than a lot of nukers in the game. I use her all the time in Guild War on my baby account with baby account gear, and she just solos everything. She's also very scary when built well on defense as well, because if you don't nuke her, she can solo your team and revive her team while she's at it. So she's one of my most wanted on the main just because of how incredibly strong she is, and she'd pair very well with my team, especially if I was able to get number 4 FatCat. They pair incredibly well together. Coming in at number 2 on the list is back to the Earth units, and that's Bizarre. So I'm currently using Gerardo in a cleave team for arena offense, and really that's all Bizarre is good for, which is fine because he's amazing at it. He's the best at it. He has a strip, and if you burn into it, it is irresistible. And happens to have a buff block and attack bar reduction as well. Although Gerardo does have the attack bar reduction, it is smaller, and it doesn't have the buff block, and you can't burn into it for ignore resistance. So that's kind of huge. I would love a Bizarre. He would make my cleave just that little bit more reliable, which usually the reason that I lose on arena offense is because my Gerardo decided to miss a strip on the most important unit at the time, usually ML Ken, which means I can't get a defense break or a stun on him, and then he ends up revenging my my Judge Kize. So he comes in at number 2 on the list. And finally, the most wanted unit that I want right now is one of the... Actually, it's the only ML Nat 5 that I haven't summoned besides Bizarre, because he just came out. Let me make sure. Yeah, he's the only ML Nat 5 that I have not summoned. Sorry, she is the only ML Nat 5 that I have not summoned. And that is Ruel of Light. And because I already have made Khloe on the baby account, that's makes Ruel my most wanted on this account. Ignore that. And so yeah, the Rule of Light comes in at number 1 because it would put a revive and just makes that, you know, that much scarier to attack, and hopefully people skip your defense because she's there. So she comes in at number 1 on the list. And I should mention as well that although Arbiter Vildred is lit up, I did trade him in for ML Ken. So he would be on this list as well, but I decided not to put him on since I've already previously had him on here. If I had to rank him, he'd probably be in that 3-4 range just because of how strong he would pair with ML Ken. I don't at all regret trading him in for Ken. I'm actually happy I did it. But they do pair so well together, and they're so close in terms of strength on defense right now, and I would love to have him to pair with my Ken as well. So anyway, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to comment down below if maybe let me know who your most wanted units are, and of course, hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you all next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.